Welcome to Cantina Vizsla. For the safety of the bartenders and any other patrons, remember to keep all arms, legs, tentacles, or any other extremities you may have to yourself at all times. So come right in, grab a drink, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Coming to you from the Panic Room in the crap part of the cantina, I'm Sparrow, and with me, as always, is a man who some say forgot his relic in the oven. All I know is I call him Stan.
Hey, I'm just trying to level it up however I can.
Just adding fire. Just adding fire.
make it hot.
That's right. They go through. CG tries to put the game on fire. Stan's putting relics on fire. Everything's on fire.
Oh, actually, I was just thinking about it. If my memory serves, which usually doesn't, but I think I mentioned my relic was a cat pooper scooper. I do not want that in the oven. That'd be pretty gross.
No, you're gonna add to lots of cleanup, a lot of Febreze, anything to get that smell out.
I don't think you could get that smell out. That would just bake right into your soul.
Oh man, you be that guy. Everybody be walking around.
Right. I have a secret fear that I am that guy already, and people just aren't telling me.
No comment. We'll just
it's
a mystery to everybody.
No, and I smell like cats. Just please let me know. I will not be offended.
Smell-o-vision coming up.
Right. It's been a while. What's been going on?
Yeah, it's been a hot minute here. Been a crazy few weeks. I mean, college football started, went through. My brother got married, so spent a lovely weekend doing that, running around with family coming in town, staying over. Oh, it was absolutely exhausting, and being up way later than I normally intend to, multiple nights in a row. One night, okay. Multiple nights in a row, no thank you. Been, what else? Netflix, I watched the new Sabrina the Teenage Witch, watched the new season of Marvel from ABC.
Oh, okay. I've heard that Sabrina is not the Friday night sitcom you may have remembered.
No, it is not. It is much closer to Supernatural.
Okay. Wait, no, that was a Nickelodeon show, wasn't
it? I believe so, yes.
Okay. No longer Nick friendly.
No, it is no longer Nick friendly. There is definitely cannibalism, dark rituals in there. It's much more supernatural than Nickelodeon Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Okay. I'm gonna have to check that out.
I don't even remember if we talked about it. SpaceX had their Starhopper go through, do its final liftoff and everything. Rise up, land, all good. They're making pretty much a full-scale model now to go up, I think, just hitting the Kármán line and coming back down to test out the new engine, which is really cool and very exciting to watch that, as more and more companies keep saying they need to go through and actually step up to get reusable rockets. And then just today, new iPhones were announced, finally. Normal timing, but new iPhones came out, and I think it's time for me to finally get a new phone. I need to upgrade from the iPhone 7.
Okay, so we can get you a three-eyed Raven phone.
No, I don't think I'm going to go that far. I just think I'm going to stay with the 11. Not going the Pro. Don't really see the advantage of paying an extra $300-$400 for the phone doing that. And I was thinking, I've pretty much had this iPhone 7 the whole time I've played this game.
If it's still running, is it still running well?
It's still running. The phone itself is starting to show its age. The game on the phone is okay. I don't really have any lag or any issues like that, which I've done that before with other games where I've had to upgrade because the game keeps crashing. It's time to get a new phone. Battery's starting to slowly die. I know I'm at the very edge of the life expectancy for when they upgrade to the new iOS. So it's time. It's had a good 3-4 years.
Yeah, it's pretty good in phone time.
That's very good. Usually they expect them to last a year or two. So getting
Yeah.
4 years out of it, I'm okay with it.
You can almost pay one off in that amount of time.
Almost. Actually,
Almost.
I think they set everything up for 2-year payments. So,
Yeah.
what have you been up to?
Oh, it has been a crazy few weeks here too. We had Labor Day, enjoyed that. Got back from there and um, got a phone call from my aunt saying that my grandmother was going in the hospital to get a kidney removed. Did not tell anybody. Just didn't want to bother nobody. Just no big deal. Just gonna go get a kidney removed.
Oh yeah, by the way,
Yeah,
I'm doing this small little thing.
Yeah, I mean, I know modern medicine is pretty amazing, but come on now. So we got her back from that, and she was recovering, and then I guess they changed her blood pressure medication, and she ended up passing out and hitting her head. So I got another message about a week ago that she was in the hospital getting her spleen removed, and.
I mean, there's ways to go through and diet before the holidays. That is not a recommended way.
Yeah, but it was actually kind of touch and go for a while, and but she's pulling through. Amazingly enough, just the toughest, nicest little old lady you can meet. So still keep an eye on her. And this is kind of it's weird. She had one of those life alerts, and if you grew up in the '80s, that was a comedy staple. The whole I've fallen and I can't get up deal.
Yes.
That thing saved her life. I mean, that's no shit. She hadn't had that thing on her, she wouldn't be here. So, sorry, Life Alert, for laughing at you all those years. You had it right.
The new ones actually keep touting the Apple Watch for that now.
Yeah, I could see that.
Which is pretty cool. The upgraded version doesn't look like a lanyard. Well, no longer a lanyard. Actually, a fashion statement.
Right. So anyway, we kind of made it through that, and kind of trying to get back in normal. Gears 5 came out, and we've been talking about that. Got that on Game Pass Ultimate, so was able to play it sort of early. It launched, and there was bugs, and it didn't work quite right. So even AAA games with $1 million budgets still launch on fire. It's not just Galaxy of Heroes.
Yeah, I might have to actually download that one. I was thinking about getting a new Xbox game and actually starting to get into those a little bit more.
Yeah, it's pretty fun so far. I played through the first act, and it's Gears of War. It looks amazing. It's a beautiful game.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying it.
I prefer the story mode of Gears anyway, so I have no issue getting back into that.
Right. I guess kind of talking about stuff on streaming services. I watched that Pen 15 on Hulu. Have you seen the previews for that?
I have not.
It is a kind of coming of age comedy set in the 2000s, and it's produced by the Lonely Island guys.
Okay.
So it's kind of on the edge of kind of raunchy humor, but it's a lot more poignant than I was kind of expecting. And I guess the main conceit is the two actresses that play the main characters of the show are in their 30s. So they're acting as if they're 13, along with other actual 13-year-olds. So some of the scenes are kind of
that
questionable.
That is very much Lonely Island right there. That is very much that group of guys.
But it's not played like that. Like the other children treat them as if they're their peers. They don't treat them like they're older or look different or anything. It's just weird. But like some of if they're kissing somebody or something like that, they'll use body doubles, so it's not weird. But we enjoyed it. It was a pretty good one.
All All right. Yeah, I might have to check that one out then.
Yeah, we got a ton to catch up on, so let's keep moving ahead. But before we get too far, let's thank our latest patron, Ryan G, joining the Patreon crew.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely appreciate it. Ryan, if you would get with me, let me know who you are on Discord so we can set your permissions up and get you all the bonuses and features that you so deserve.
Yeah, for sure. We'll get you in here. We'll be able to go through and see in the not the panic room or the pregame room and go from there.
Yeah, you can join in, listen to us as we record. We got a Grand Arena Recon room where we can talk strategy, check out your roster, do things like that. Just have fun in the not panic room if you need a break from general population.
That's right. And then let's click over to what we've done in the game. It's been a while. You've had to do something, right?
No, not a whole lot of nothing. I've been waiting for relics to drop, kind of see how that pans out. Waiting for the next meta before I really gear 13 anybody else. So I'm biding my time.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get into it a little bit with relics, but it definitely seems like any of those soft or hard counters, if you really want to go through and put all the relics and completely upgrade them, you'll be able to beat the meta team currently, unless they all are also have completely maxed out relics.
Equally relicked out.
Yeah, that's the only time. So it's like you'll be able to go through I would say probably top 10 easily if you go through and able to max out like a Grievous team or I don't know about a Jedi Knight Revan team, but definitely a Grievous team or a Padme team. They would definitely do some work.
Yeah, some of those harder counters are going to be even harder. Giggity.
All right.
So what do you get done? You've got some exciting stuff
I
going
did
on.
get some stuff done. We went through, talked about last time that after that TB, which was, the next day after we got off, that I was going to be able to 7-star Malik. And I did do that. I went through, got him up to 7 stars. Pretty much within a little bit of time, was able to go through and take him up to gear 12 and then focus my way off of the Geos, unfortunately, because he needed stun guns, and took Malik up to gear 13. So he has some neon lights glowing.
Yeah.
So I got finished with Malik, went through and it's like, have to finish up Bruce, and got Bruce up to gear 12. So feeling pretty good, just down to Sunfac to get up to gear 12. It's going to be very close on whether I'm going to hit that power requirement for the Wat Tambor mission here in the current TB, hoping I can get the last 10 pieces of salvage, and I should put me up over that GP threshold. And then the last thing I did was finally, I got Ray's Millennium Falcon to 7 stars. Good thing it never hit meta. But yeah, was able to get that done. Got another ship off my list of farming, which feels pretty good.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, since the last time we talked and everything, Grand Arena finally opened up. So, how are you making out?
It's really kind of about the same. I'm still going heavy on defense and give you one or two wins. I'm not.
I'm glad you
out the water.
I'm glad you redefined that, because I asked you earlier and you're like,
Yeah,
oh yeah, I go heavy on offense. I put my Kira team, my Karth team. I put First Order. I put both Revans. I put Grievous, and they're all on defense. And I'm like,
Right.
what? Who the hell do you have on offense? It's like, that sounds pretty heavy to defense to me. If I saw that team, I'd be like, well, I'm screwed.
Yeah, if I was more savvy, I'd make like a sports team joke, like about that home team and their defense and offense.
But yeah, how's your record doing? At least.
You'll have to come back to me in the middle of a fleet battle right now. But yeah, I'm usually going 1 or 2 wins. I'm not hitting the top by no stretch, but I'm not upset about it.
Yeah, I went through first round, went 1 and 2, just got matched up with people they had very good mods. They were just pretty much every single one of them had a higher GP than I did. They were just slightly outclassed, which was fine. Second round, I went 2-1, but it put me in the championship, and I lost by 10 points. Both of us didn't clear the board, and he just went through and was able to undersize squads a little bit better than I did, because I saw Grand Arena open up and did it within the first half hour, 45 minutes, and he did it like the last minute, so he knew what points he was up against. So he was able to go through and find those undersized squads and be able to manage it a little bit better than I did. And then this next round, not starting off well. Just got beat the first round, and we'll see how the second one goes. Not overly optimistic right now.
I got my first one. I squeaked by it. They weren't able to get past my Revan. But if they would have, that would have been a wrap.
I've only had... So, what? We're almost 2.5 into Grand Arena. I've only had one player beat my Darth Revan and actually clear my board. Yeah, so I feel pretty good about my Darth Revan team. Some people don't even go up against them. Other ones put a whole bunch of characters and this and that up against them. The most I've seen them eliminate is my Sith Trooper. Sith Trooper, and I saw one guy also get HK. But other than the other guy that cleared him, that was it. So I'm having a good time with it. I still wish, which we'll talk about here in a little bit, that they would mix up the game modes a little bit. This static 5v5 with the same layout every round is... Yes, it's fun, but I wish it was mixed up, add a little bit more strategy, make me think a little bit more.
Yeah, and I think you may be in luck there.
Yeah, I think so too. It sounds like it, and I'm hoping for that. But before we get there, there was also been some pretty big Star Wars news.
Yes, we had a description of the footage, I think last time we recorded, but we actually got to see the new trailer out of D23, and oh my goodness.
Yes, it is. It looks really good. Darth Ray, that lightsaber.
Yeah.
Whew.
So you've all seen it. We're not gonna
Yeah.
beat it to death. We did. Oh, can't wait.
Yeah, it looks good. It'll add just enough of a hint. I know I did see an article today about something with either merchandise or something Disney posted to kind of give away Rey's lineage that there are certain rumors about. I don't know whether that's true. I just saw kind of clips popping up.
I've seen a lot of stuff about plot leaks and things like that. I'm trying to stay away from them. So
yeah, be surprised. So,
yeah, be careful on the internet out there. I stick to official things only. As part of that, I finished the Black Spire book, which was it was pretty fun. It was a good one.
Oh, nice.
It deals with, it's post The Last Jedi, so it is deals with the universe after the movie and how the Resistance is kind of on the run and rebuilding. So we haven't had a whole lot of new canon since then. So this is kind of the first step leading up to the new movie. And I was expecting just a big advertisement for the park, and there is some of that, but the story behind it was actually really good too. It even adds some perspective to the Leia scene, so divisive in The Last Jedi with her using the Force to save herself, and they address that in a pretty smart way. So I won't spoil that, but it was neat to see.
Nice.
I guess talk about the park. The one in Disney World opened up.
Yes, it did.
So been a lot of stuff come out there. Everything is in world. Like they try to make it completely immersive, and there's no like official merchandise, everything looks like it's made on the planet and things like that. To the point where even like the Coke bottles look like thermal detonators, and the TSA actually banned them, so you couldn't bring them back as a souvenir. At least for a day or two, they ended up reversing the decision, but I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, I would think that's funny with TSA. They go through and like, well, when it goes through the scanners, it looks like this, and I'm like, half the stuff you go through and have to pull everything out to look at anyways, so it's no different than that.
That is kind of leads me to one thing that I really thought it was kind of funny when I was reading Galaxy's Edge book. They mentioned that Batuu has 3 sons, which if you go to the park, you're only going to see 1 son. Rage! Which, with such attention to detail, I don't know why they would just not say Batuu has 1 son. I mean, it adds nothing to the book, really, other than like a few little sayings the villagers say.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing.
Yeah, we'll just leave it alone at that. I mean, they had it. It's not like you see the sun anyways. I mean, they opened it and then hurricanes started rolling through.
Right.
They didn't see the sun for a while. No one will know. And what else we got?
They announced a new Star Wars game, a Lego or new Star Wars mobile game, Lego Star Wars Battles. It's going to be coming out for mobile in 2020, featuring real-time tower defense style PvP. So it's basically one of those kind of Clash of Clans type games where you collect your little Lego Star Wars people and they walk.
walk. That might be a interesting time kill one. Just go through, do towers and everything. Interesting. I like tower defense style games. Kill time.
I haven't quite got into them. I'm playing the Gears one. There's Gears Pop. So it's basically like Funko Pop style Gears of War characters, and they just walk at each other.
So there's a reason why I like tower defense style games, and that's because the tower defense style games started with StarCraft. The original StarCraft, with going through and doing game modes in which you would go through to set up, and you would have to set everything up so they would weave through and clear out waves, and then it was Warcraft and all the game modes and everything. I enjoyed those tower defense style games within those and seeing them evolve within those games. So seeing them actually on mobile games now, if it's not set up that way, I'm just kind of like, eh. So it usually takes me a while to actually find a tower defense style game that I actually like because of that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this one's free to play. The Gears one is, and maybe I just don't have the gaming vocabulary to really get into the strategy of the games yet. I just throw my guys out there as soon as they come up and they walk and die, and I'll just throw the next guy up and either win or lose.
That's kind of like the old school tower defense games. You don't even do that. Like you would literally, it was kind of more like survival mode. You would have waves of characters and it'd be consistent every time. And all you would do is place the towers at strategic places to try to make them. Some of them had a static path. Some of them you would create a path by putting towers in the way. And then you would go through and try to weave them in and out and destroy them as they walk through. That's the type I like. I just like setting the towers, doing strategies that way, not trying to get them to walk through. But is there another Star Wars game?
Yes. There's some news coming out for CG's new game. It's apparently going to be Star Wars Fleet, kind of a ship type game. That's all I know about it. I think an alpha's been out there, maybe, or beta.
So it does not sound appealing to me because I've seen what they've done with fleets in Galaxy of Heroes.
Yeah. I don't think it'd be a little bit like that. But,
I don't think it is either, but, you know, you have fleet battles, and that's probably the worst part of this game, and they go through, hey, we're making a fleet game.
Right.
And it's like, oh God, did you see what you did with fleets in the original game?
Well, maybe all the cool fleet stuff made it to that game, and we're just getting the leftovers.
Probably. It probably went through. It's probably something. I think when they originally set up fleets, that they went through and said they were limited because of the game engine from what they wanted to really do with fleets. So that might be what kind of spawned this game. And they just kept going and created the game archetype or architecture to actually support what they wanted to do with fleets originally within this game.
Yeah, I mean, I'll check it out. We'll see how it goes. I guess the last little bit of Star Wars news. We've been getting some stuff out of The Mandalorian. Some few screenshots or stills from the recording that show some Trandoshans. They look kind of funny to me, but we'll see how they look in person. They even had an interview with Jon Favreau hinting we may see Thrawn or Mara Jade showing up.
Ooh. Mara Jade would be amazing to see pop up, because that leads to a whole bunch of things that could be added to the stories, or even this game if they're looking for canon. Screen time canon, that is. Boom.
Yeah, that would definitely be interesting.
All right. So, pretty much caught up. Let's get into the game, because there was also, some minor updates within the game.
Yeah, a couple little things came out.
Yeah, I know. We just had this small little title update. Title updates are nothing. Oh, but do we have anything, big events on the calendar?
Let's see. We're recording on the 12th. We've got Emperor's Demise going on. We'll have the Mythic event this weekend. We're in the middle of territory battles. Should start seeing some negotiators pop up at the end of this one.
Yeah, so are you there? Are you going to be there?
I think so, unless we just totally crap the bed on the last phase. I think we should have enough currency. So
I'm not going to be in there. I'm not going to succumb to CG's pressure. I'm going to wait and see what comes out with this light side TV, and then decide which one I want to go with from there.
Yeah, it's probably the smarter thing to do, but hey, a new shiny toy.
You were already well committed by the time anything or any rumors even started with that. So I don't blame you for carrying on and finishing out what you started.
So let's see. We've got Contact Protocol coming up the 19th. Looks like we may get something on the 17th. There's a gap in the calendar there, and again on the 20th. But really, the big gap's going to be the 26th. About the 26th of the month. So we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, I'm not. Oh, November, September. Yeah, maybe. Might be light side TV.
Could be.
It's a very good possibility, because that would put it at the end of the quarter for them.
Yeah, you're correct.
So, that's pretty much the calendar. Let's get into the news.
So the game's dead.
We all
know they shut it down.
I watched the Game Changers. Everything's on fire. They're just trying to get eke out the last little bit of money from the whales before they shut everything off. Everything's terrible. So, I mean, we're pretty much done, right?
Yeah, that's it. All right. Good show, guys. Thanks.
Game over.
Nah. No, man, they released a Relic System. We knew it was coming. It wasn't quite, well, it was pretty much what we expected. I was kind of hoping we'd see a little more variety in how we level these things up, maybe a little more active game participation, but it's a gear crunch thing. It's a little different than the gear levels we've had before, but similar enough.
And like always, the packs are outrageous. There's not really a hey, you can goodbye. You can just go through. I really wish those dollar packs would have been like $5-10, just so you can get like a couple characters up and actually see what these relics can do. I thought it would be cool for like $5. It gives you enough salvage and everything to take one relic up all the way up. I'm like,
oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Just kind of that teaser. You have like all those other packs that you could actually put in there, but you have just one that's a straight $5-10, but it allows you to take one relic all the way up.
Yeah, we got that $11 one that can get you like the 3 or 4. No,
Three, but
yeah.
I mean it doesn't. Whatever. 3 really doesn't do anything. You're like going through like,
Yeah,
hey,
it
it's at
does.
3.
It's not nothing to sneeze at. It's not anything compared to 7, but
Yeah, exactly. I just think you should go. That $5-10 should be all the way up, just to, tease everybody, make them want to spend more, make them want to go through and grind things out quicker, spend crystals to refresh things to be able to get relics up there quicker.
right.
And I think it would also entice more people to actually buy that one-time pack of those.
Yeah,
But
well, they've got the $100 ones.
Yeah.
Will give you some there, and people are upset about that. And I remind you, remember when Gear 13 came out, they had the $100 packs where you would get 3 whole pieces.
yeah, it's
You
the pricing's ridiculous, but everybody seems to be going through and all up in arms because, oh, they just created a gear chase. It's a gear chase for this. It's a gear chase for that. No, I mean, yes and no. PvP in Arena, yes, if you're really that dead set on getting to number 1, yes, it is a gear chase. It is a relic chase to try to get as your relics up to, what? I don't even know what to call it. Whatever, 7? Is it gear 7? Is it upgrade 7?
I think people are Relic 7 or R7.
R7? Yeah, it is a race to get your relics up to 7. It's almost like 7 stars. But if you want to maintain that number 1 position. But you don't have to. Take your time, just kind of grind your way up. It seems like this relic system is where they're going to leave it for the foreseeable future. I don't see this changing for probably a year at least. Yeah, when we hit 7, which they did tease in their trailers that they want to go through and upgrade abilities or create a new ability at Relic 7. But that's you don't need to race right now. They aren't there. So take your time, grind them out, get characters up, get them to 13, then get your relics up. They mentioned a lot in the Q&A, and they've mentioned it before the last few weeks in the State of the Galaxy and everything, that they're working on alleviating the new players coming into the game, especially before the new movie, and also returning players, making it easier to get caught up. I think easier to get caught up is going to refer to creating more places to get gear, to get your characters up to, say, I would say 11 or 12 would be my guess. Gear 13 is still going to be difficult to get, and then the relics are going to be the bottleneck. They're kind of just shoving that bottleneck way up into the relic system rather than the gear system, which I'm okay with because it helps the older players out because we can upgrade the relics a little bit quicker because of the stored up gear that we've had over all these years. But, I mean, anything that gets me more stun guns
Right.
and lets me get more characters up to gear 12, gear 13 is going to be okay by me. And I think that's the way they're leaning, and that's kind of why the relic system developed the way it did.
Yeah, the reason I'm not too upset about it is I look at Gear 13. When they launched that, they had the packs out, and people were up in arms like, oh my God, the whales are going to buy these packs, and we're never going to catch up. Mm-hmm. I'm sitting on so much Gear 13 salvage right now, just waiting to go, that I haven't bought. I've just been farming it slowly but surely. I don't feel behind at all, and I didn't spend a dime on Gear 13 stuff. It's going to be the same way with this. People will get a nominal boost. They'll get a little bit of a head start, but we'll catch up. And
yeah, you're going a little bit that way. I'm going more even further down the line, thinking,
yeah,
this is only the start. This is the, as they would call it, the tip of the spear for this relic system, and this is going to allow them to change those lower sections.
And not only that, I still feel in my soul that we're getting a meta change pretty soon, in the
Yes.
next week or month. So all these people putting all these resources in their arena team, maybe SOL when the next meta comes around.
Yeah, I mean, I'm putting some resources into my arena team, but that's mainly like, well, obviously Darth Malik up to gear 13. I'm working on his relic. I'm going to get Darth Revan up to gear 13, and then probably Bastila Shan. I'm not really worried about the rest of them. I'm going to kind of see where it plays out from there. Having those three characters up to gear 13 and working on relics for them is going to make the difference.
Yeah. Now my highest relic right now is Relic 4 on Bruce. For
Bruce.
GOTB, and
Oh, Bruce.
it's nice. It is nice. I unfortunately was not able to use him on the Acklay because I'm an idiot, but maybe next time we'll see how it goes.
Do you care to share?
Yeah, I'll share.
Because
maybe it's just me, but the game seems to hitch a little bit now, like a little bit of a lag in between screens.
I don't even know what that is to me. I don't know if it's lag. It almost seems like it's a little bit smoother, or I don't know what it is.
Something is off.
Yes,
my muscle memory is not clicking right.
I experienced buying bronziums.
Yes,
I will double tap the bronziums, and it will go through and end up buying a 251.
Yeah, that's happening to me too. So I was setting my team for GOTB, and I needed bounty hunters, but I wanted to make sure I wasn't using them on the mission with Mace. And so I back out and then go to reset my team, and instead of going to select, it hit battle, and it loaded in just my top characters. So I went in with, I think, a Grievous lead or Malik lead with Grievous. Bruce was in there.
Darth Revan.
Basically, just it was a lot of good. Yeah, I think Revan was in there. A lot of good teams, and I cleared that phase, but I gutted the rest of my teams. I was able to salvage most of that phase, and we did get all the stars, so it didn't hurt anybody. But I wasn't able to do the Acklay mission, so I owe get tokens, whatever. But anyway, today though, Bruce was rocking and rolling with his old shiny stick.
Yeah, awesome. I'm ready to go through and try at least the Wat Tambor mission out. Hopefully tomorrow when I get a little bit more salvage.
Yeah, we're close to unlocking him. I think we need 25 or so.
Yeah, we're close. So I'm hoping I can get Sunfac up to do that and kind of help out.
Do we want to talk about relics now or do it at the end?
Yeah, we can talk about them now. I mean, we've already been kind of talking about them, so why not?
I don't have a problem with them. We've always said this game is a treadmill, not a race. You're never going to finish. They're always going to move the goalposts. This is just part of that, and I don't know. They talk about it in their Q&A of why, because I think the main thing is we just got Gear 13, and now we're getting another type of gear level. And a lot of people are upset that it's happening so soon. And the devs did address this in their Q&A. So I guess I'll go ahead and read what they say. I don't want to put words in their mouth. So the Relic System's timing isn't so much related to its proximity to Gear 13 as its proximity to what we plan to do next, which is about putting some more focus on what it takes to get from a new player to a veteran player, and which is about giving us the flexibility to spend some more time reworking and adding abilities to some existing characters that we think players really care about. More on this in future post. This is me talking again. Reworks. We've got PvE content coming along that will leverage the power and specialization provided by relics and the new growth paths provided by the character archetypes, capital A. And we want to produce power increments in this game more sustainably and meaningfully than the ways we've tackled gear over the past few years. This is complicated to get into with the span of one Q&A, but suffice it to say that balance and UX-wise, Exclusively relying on a single piece in a single slot to create power improvements was beginning to really drag on the game's ability to deliver the core concept of perfecting your collection and feeling good about persistent, durable upgrades to classic Star Wars characters and ships. So, with relics going forward, there will generally be more than one way for players to grind out the resources they need to power up their characters. So that's their, I guess, reasoning for it.
So
And
with what you said there is exactly why I'm not mad about relics. I think it's the tip of the spear. There's more coming, which will make it seem a lot more palatable because it's going to be a lot easier to get up to upgrading relics. You're going to be able to gear up those characters. The stun gun, I hope the stun gun crunch is alleviated because when I got Malik up, I needed two stun guns for Malik, 3 for Sunfac, 1 for Padme, and I'm like, good lord, I'm going to be farming stun guns forever on 3 characters that I want to gear up. And it is not a good feeling when you hit those walls like that where everybody needs the same gear, and it sounds like they want to go through and alleviate that. The Relic System allows you to convert any type of, not really, a specific type of gear to get salvage and then upgrade, which allows a lot more flexibility for the players on how they want to go through and what gear they want to grind and how they get there. And so, and when you're doing that, it's also like our other big complaint, like the Rancor, droid collars, boom boxes, fusion furnaces. We always complain because, the RNG didn't drop what I needed to. With the Relic System, just that tier of gear, it is what it's needed. So you can go through, convert it into the salvage that you need to upgrade relics, which I do like that system a lot better than focusing down, hoping that one type of gear drops.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, it's an easy grind for the first couple of levels at least. If you've been playing the game for a while, you're converting the thousands and thousands of this gear we have. Now, yeah, it's going to tighten up toward the end of the grind, which you would expect, but
yeah,
getting on board isn't too bad.
Yeah, and it allows you to go through, allows flexibility, so and hopefully allows them to add some more flexibility where it's not as, they aren't stringent on what gear they're giving us because they don't want us to level up characters that quickly or gear up characters that quickly. So overall, I think it's a good start and very curious on where they're taking this because they went through and actually showed it in the teaser trailer. They showed new abilities coming when you hit Relic level 7 on new abilities appearing for specific characters. And they said, yes, that is what they want to do. And that's going to be kind of like reworks to update characters by giving them new abilities when the character is maxed out like that. Something, something not so great. They had upgraded 6-dot mods in the teaser trailer. They had 6-dot mods that were purple in there.
We're coming. That's no surprise.
No, it's no surprise, but let's just hope that's not for a while. I want to focus on relics rather than upgrading more and more mods that I don't even have full 6-dot mods on. What, 2-3 teams yet?
Yeah.
It's like, geez, I don't need to go back through and upgrade those mods again. I just upgraded them.
Right. Well, we're getting more that's coming, more things to do that's going to need this power. They mentioned it elsewhere in the Q&A, but they're planning for onboarding new players and returning players with Rise of Skywalker coming out. That's going to bring an influx of players that we've talked about forever. They see this mountainous climb and will just sky out. They don't want to even try, but looks like we're going to get additional ways to make that easier. They want to focus on these archetypes, attackers, tanks, healers, that sort of thing, to really maybe lay out how to build a squad.
Yeah, and I'm excited about this because they keep mentioning about those influx of new players, which obviously has to be the new movie. And that's only a few months away. So that means all these all these gear changes and everything have to happen really quick. So
right.
Let's see it. Let me upgrade my characters a little bit quicker. I will like that. My Grand Arena teams will love that. And I'm sure getting Wampa and other characters Relic able is going to be nice.
I'm really hoping this archetype thing with the stat upgrades, the specific characteristics will kind of open up that theory crafting again that we've lamented we've gotten away from. And I'm seeing it a little bit already in Arena. We were talking before the show. There's a team on my Arena shard that's starting to take over. It's Darth Revan, Malik, Bastila, Yoda, Grandmaster Yoda, and Bruce. And it works really well.
Stan, jump on that. I mean, your Bruce is ready, reliced out and everything.
I got to do some mods. I did try it and didn't go too well for me, so I gotta work on that.
Who needs mods?
Saving on mine for the purple 6 dot purples.
That's right. What else do we got here?
We mentioned they did a big Q&A, and we had some information come out of that.
Some highlights. New title screen.
Yes, thankfully.
I think the last title screen was what came out with the Sith Raid.
It's been a while.
It's been like a year and a half.
Yeah.
Obviously the 6 dot mods. They did say technically loaning accounts for remodding is against the terms of service and could get you a ban.
Yeah, I don't know how much they'll enforce this, but
yeah, I don't know how they would even enforce it either. So it's one of those things. It's kind of it's there. So if it happens and they use that as an excuse, they can't say they didn't warn you. Unfortunately, do I think they're going to enforce it? No, but it's there. That's all that is.
Yeah, I guess just be very careful of who you're giving your account to and what they're doing with it.
Correct. New puzzles coming from Crumb soon. He was teasing those. He said the bees are circling the hive or something to that effect.
Yeah, it's going to be nice to have a puzzle that we don't already know the answer to.
What?
Unless it's General Skywalker.
Probably. It's gonna be General Skywalker or something like that. Everybody's like, oh yeah, obviously. They mentioned a vehicle mode, which seems to be further down the road, which
I'm not excited for that at all. If it is Fleet Arena with just AT-ATs and AT-STs, no thank you.
Yeah, it's gonna depend. Say the vehicle mode and what the vehicles they're talking about is something like characters start summoning once they have the tier 7 relics. Okay,
that could be cool if it's a kind of an extra ability like that.
Yeah,
that
summoning ability, just like the territory battles in which you're summoning the rocket droid.
Yeah, that could be cool. That could add an extra layer of strategy to the standard gameplay. But I could be on board with that. But
also a race to max out your relics. It would only go to certain characters. So yeah, I would be okay with that. A whole new game mode like ships for vehicles. Yeah, I'm not so excited about that. That type.
I wouldn't mind seeing some sort of map-based strategy type game, more kind of like territory battles where you don't actually play the actual battles. It's more of a moving pieces on a map board with vehicles. That might be kind of cool.
Maybe it's one of the ways they're alleviating the gear crunch. Say you go through and you have to get and level up vehicles and say the vehicle pilots or drivers, but you just send them out on a mission. Like you literally just go out and say they're
Right,
going
yeah.
out for this many hours, and based on the level of your vehicles, based on what gear they come back with.
Yeah, that could be pretty cool.
Yeah, I
Something
mean
like
something
that.
simple. It still rewards people for gearing or leveling up the vehicles, but at the same time, it helps out with the gear crunch also.
Now let's see. They talked about alleviating gear crunch and having new ways to get gear in the new gears. That's good.
But
They
they
he
aren't going
mentioned
to
that
change the challenges.
no, they want to upgrade them, but that's nothing soon with those.
They want to upgrade it, but they ain't going to upgrade it, and they've been talking
Right.
about it for a year, so it doesn't seem like they want to upgrade it. I don't care what
But
they say.
now that we're getting a use out of all the salvage challenge gear, I don't feel so bad about it.
No, because I want stun guns in there. I want stun guns in
I
there.
know.
I need more of those gold eyeball pieces that are in the challenge gear. So I could always use more challenge gear. Need more
Yeah,
Carbantes. Come on, Stan.
can't argue with that.
Get greedy.
We talked about
Get greedy.
we talked about at the beginning of the show. They may be changing up Grand Arena. May have different round types. You may get a 5v5 and a 3v3, then one with ships.
Yeah, it's
So that'd be cool.
it's pretty much what we talked about last week, on which I was saying I'm hoping they start going through for the season, and basically every week it just kind of rotates through these four different types. You have the regular 5v5, you go to a 5v5 with the ships, you go to a 3v3, and then you go to that 5v5 with all one. So you see every team you set, and then ships at the top or something like that. So it's also a different board base based on the regular Grand Arena that we always saw.
Right.
I think that's going to happen. They also said they're going to look at adjusting the scoring of defense to reward more on defense. That way people aren't trying to go through and set one defensive squad, and then you can't actually accomplish any of your feats, but still there's a close battle on whether you win or not because of the way they set their defense.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see that. It looks good to see those 4 or 5 or 8 defenses on your team, but it feels bad not getting anything for it.
Yes. Then that's pretty much it for the Q&A. The title
Yeah,
update, which we've mentioned here and there, with obviously the screen kind of lagging for you. We talked about the Relic upgrade system. They went through and added the new borders for Gear 13.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they are, for me, and especially looking at my, the arena characters, a little bit too much neon for me. It's like going through, it's like you're in Urza's holotable after a few death sticks. It just goes through and you're like, whoa, this is bright. I just wish it was toned down. I like the colors. I like it red. I like it blue. They look awesome. I like the neon effect. I just think it's kicked up a little bit too much.
Little much.
Yes.
Do you see where they data mined a neutral glow?
Ah,
It just glows white.
yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Why isn't Fulcrum like that?
She should be, but she's
Yeah.
not neutral. She's good.
Yeah. She's good, but she's technically neutral. I watch Rebels. She identifies with neutral. She has white lightsabers. Neutral. I am still pressing the wrong areas for these since the title update. I'm going through trying to hit the auto button. The auto button is not where it should be.
Right, yeah, some of the little things are
I
different.
And don't get me wrong, I am pressing the wrong thing. That is just muscle memory. I do like the way it looks. I do think it's better off overall. It's just stupidity on my part. Muscle memory, I'm going through trying to hit a button that's not there anymore. The new character screen, the cleaned up character screen. Ooh, looks so good. I really enjoy that. They have the full upgrade button. If you have all the gear for a level, you just hit the upgrade button, it goes right up to the next level, which is amazing also. Any other little UI things that you've noticed that I wasn't calling out?
I like that you can rotate the characters and they stay rotated.
Oh, I did not notice that. Yeah, that is very good. I always had
So
to
if
go
you,
through and keep swiping them to try to keep them in the same spot.
right, if you're just trying to like just look at that ass,
That's right.
it'll just stay there now. So that's pretty good.
Yep. I mean, you got
Looking at you, HK47,
all right. No, I mean,
you shiny butt.
people have their preferences. I mean, I would have gone a lot with a Twilight or something, but HK, it's fine. Some people like that.
Let's see, old Daka, what you rocking there? Yeah, girl. Okay, enough of that.
And I think that's really. Oh well, I guess for the UI, in the chat, I noticed that they do call out if you Zeta someone now.
Yeah, they'll show that and they'll say if you've got a relic level up. I don't know where it starts.
Yeah, that I don't know either. I did not notice the relic update. You went through and noticed that, so that is really cool.
We've got some people that are doing some work.
Yes.
We've got at least one person with three level 7 relics.
Yeah, they're going at it.
Yeah.
And speaking of relics and upgrading like that, they are adding lots of GP.
Yes, it's not an issue where Gear 13 would add a couple hundred. This is.
Yeah,
I hope they're going to help with the matchmaking some.
Yeah, I think so too. People going through wailing out on these, it's going to go through and definitely bump up their GP. I'm hoping it also is in their matchmaking where relics and what level of relics you have is also going to be factored in at some point.
I would think it would, yeah.
Yeah,
they mentioned their matchmaking in the Q&A. Since we brought that up, they said they're pretty happy with it. Most people are getting kind of a 50-50 win rate.
Yep.
Which is kind of what you want.
Yeah, pretty much where I'm at.
So they're not looking at any major overhauls on that.
The only thing I'm noticing right now with Grand Arena, which seems really weird to me, so going into Grand Arena, I can see where relics aren't in there because obviously it locked. Okay, not a big deal. That's the way it should be. See that mods locked. Had a couple guys, one guy at least, went through and he was shuffling mods around and it locked before he was able to get mods on everything. But during Grand Arena is when I got Malik up to Gear 13, and he is showing up as Gear 13. I took Bruce up to 7 stars and then Gear 12 after lock, and he is showing up in my Grand Arena as 7 stars Gear 12. I'm not sure if the stars in gear.
Like, is that when you look at the arena, your arena team?
Yeah. As far as on defense, or if I go in and actually hit offense, and you can actually see your character screen on what mods and everything they have, they're showing up with my mods are the old mods because I was upgrading some of them to 6-dot mods as I got them up to Gear 7. Or, yeah, Gear 12. Those didn't change, but the gear levels did. So I have no idea if it's a UI thing or something that just kind of got passed around, but I am noticing that. I'm not sure if anybody else is noticing that. You wouldn't notice that because you haven't been gearing anybody. But it's something. I'm not complaining about it. I can kind of take advantage of it because I'm focusing down on certain teams. So having the teams that I'm using upgraded like that isn't a bad thing, even if the mods are old. I think pretty much the last thing is double drops, unless you have something else.
Well, they had the Q&A or the State of the Galaxy post that didn't really say much anything.
You mean the state of nothing? Hey, we are working, and we saw you guys had a big thing about cheating, so we want to go through and talk about that.
Yeah, they talked about cheating. They talked about relics coming, which we've got them now. They talked about
They're just
light
gonna,
side territory battles coming up, which we know.
yep, just stuff that they're working on and that they're going to be releasing the State of the Galaxy about once a month, just to kind of update us with stuff they're working on and whether it's characters, new game modes, and everything like that.
Yeah. Hey, appreciate the signs of life and communication, even if they don't have a whole lot of specifics to say. It is nice to see these things, and we can read between the lines
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
usually get a clue here and there.
exactly. I mean, going through and saying, hey, we've been working on some great things this last month and everything. We're working on a new game mode, and we have a few new characters coming out. We've been working on a few new characters that are soon to be released. I'd be happy with that. That gives us an idea what's coming up for this month, and doesn't give away a lot, but at the same time lets us know they're actually working on something to come into the game rather than, we're working on this thing and we'll get it out to you in about 3 months.
Right.
There might be something in between. Maybe.
Maybe. Who knows? Well, you mentioned it. Double drops. We're getting those, so that's good. A couple days of that.
It's 9/13 through 9/15.
Yeah, it's gonna be what? Light side, fleet, dark side, and cantina.
Yes. I do not know if they're all running. Someone in Discord asked if they're all running at the same time or if they're staggered. I have no idea. They just said double drops and they listed those locations. So I don't know if they're going to do like light side, dark side one day, cantina one day, or if they're all going to be running at the same time. Who knows?
Usually
we'll find out.
I think it'll be all of it for the whole time. Usually when it's broken out, they list the dates.
Yes. That was my thought, but majority of the time, especially recently, they've been doing one a day. So either way.
We'll see.
Yep.
Glad
Either
to
way,
have 'em.
good thing.
All right. Well, not to be outdone by the devs Q&A, we have also got our podcast Q&A. If you have a question you'd like us to answer on the show, get your butt over into Discord and leave us a question. Or you can email us at cantinavisla@gmail.com. We can answer those as well.
All right.
So
let's get
getting
into
it. We forgot a few relics last time. We were talking about our own personal relics and had a few more submissions to that. Cotman, his relic would be a Game Boy to level up that 8-bit power.
Kicking it old school. I wonder if it's a classic black and white. If he going Game Boy Color? Is he going for the clamshell? Game Boy Advance?
I think as you upgrade it to your different levels.
There we go. We could go all the way up to tier 7 with that one.
Starts off just normal Game Boy, then you get the Game Boy with the little magnifying glass attachment to it. Then
you're doing attachments. Wow.
So that's just for the first few levels. Then you'll move up to the Game Boy Color, then the Advanced, and
yeah.
At the end of it, you got a Virtual Boy and a headache.
That's right.
Mil Muertes has his Golden Bong, and Ulick Droma has a Light Whip. Kind of went Star Wars themed with.
Ooh, Light Whip. Okay.
All right, so now into the questions. All right. Mil Muertes asks, other than people like something to complain about, why are people butthurt relics are gated behind Gear 13?
My answer to that is just because they like finishing things. They get a sense of accomplishment for getting things at Gear 12, Gear 13, and they do not want to see anything past that. And they also do not, at least free-to-play. The free-to-play mentality, and it's been, Gear 12 has been the stepping stone and the place everybody's been goal set towards. They are finally getting caught up to the whales with teams. They're getting their full Grand Arena teams, both offense and defense, all the way up to Gear 12, and now everything just got pushed way out in front of them. So they're a little bit butthurt because they know the whales are going to just go up, upgrade everything, and they're going to be way behind again, having to play catch up.
Yeah. I've also seen a comment that some of the whales are kind of upset because they just dropped a ton of money for all this Gear 13 stuff, and now they got to drop even more.
Yeah, they didn't have to
Yeah,
drop
I
money.
can see that. I don't know. My butt remains unhurt.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
All right. Mil Mortes also asks, and he's in the chat. So hey there, Mil Mortes, what you doing? What's your negotiator plan with the expectation of malevolence being added to Guild Event Store? I'm staying the course. I will 7-star negotiator and look at malevolence wantingly, and just wait.
I'm not touching anything until I see both of them in there and kind of see what teams are going to be for each. See where my characters are.
Yeah,
Which,
sounds like a good.
which speaking of that, it just kind of dawned on me. Speaking of those ships and thinking about teams, relics will affect the power of ships.
Yes,
Just
Drew
throwing it
asked
out
that later
there.
in
So
there.
yeah, you're gonna want relics on your pilots for your teams. That is all. Continue on with the Q&A.
All right. Let's see. Cotman asks, chances they add Vimerati to the game as a tie-in for Florida's Galaxy Edge. Do you know who Vimerati is?
I do not.
Exactly. Most people listening to the show probably does not know who that is. If you're cool like us and read the books, you know all about her. She is a resistance spy that has been sent to Batu to set up a base of operations. She's pretty awesome.
So if they're going to go through and tie anything into Galaxy Edge, it will be Hondo, considering he has a huge animatronic leading people into the Millennium Falcon ride.
Yeah, unless she has a role in the movie, I don't see her coming to the game.
Yeah.
All right. Also, Lightside Geo is fairly straightforward. What is the best way to prep for episode 9?
Ooh.
Your resistance and first.
Yeah.
My,
well, I don't even know, honestly. I want to say that, but at the same time, it's like last time the movie came out and you're like, well, you need Captain Phasma as your leader of your First Order team. Guess who the character is nowhere near in a First Order team? Captain Phasma, because Kylo Ren on Mask came out and just pushed Phasma out. So it's like, I want to say, oh yeah, gear him up, but one or two characters can completely mix up that team.
Yeah, and I'm sure we're gonna get Jedi Rey and Supreme Leader Kylo, whoever else.
Yeah, that one's a rough one. If you don't have either one of them geared up right now, I just say focus on the Clone Wars first and just kind of expect that you're going to have to gear up some sort of team within them, honestly. I have no idea what it's actually going to be or how they're going to mix it up. I just think that those teams are going to get completely mixed matched or completely thrown on their heads. And you're going to go through and whatever character you decide to gear up, they aren't going to be useful anymore when the new characters come out, unfortunately. So
I fully
that's my suggestion is just stay away from them right now. Focus on Clones, Galactic Republic, and Lightside TB, and wait for those characters to come out.
Yeah, well, I fully expect Jedi Rey to be the meta. Yeah, unless the movie just takes a twist that we're just not expecting at all.
Correct. The only other thing I could possibly see is if they do a Malik type event that you need First Order and Resistance to be able to get through, and that's just going to be two meta teams with a power cap to get into it. So it's really going to depend on what they come up with.
Okay. Let's see. Drew asked, when will Stan get to 6 million GP? Never. Game's dead, remember?
He's not allowed to have that many cats. Come on.
Let's see. With the new relics, does this seem more like an add-on to keep older players from leaving? I don't think it's to keep them from leaving. I think it's just to extend that progression, keep the treadmill going.
Yeah. For me, the answer is no. It's what we talked about earlier. I think this progression was to allow for them to change up the gearing system that they currently have.
Yep. Okay. We like to talk about toys on the show, with Force Friday coming soon, which is the first release of the new toys and merchandise from Episode 9 of The Mandalorian. When do you think we'll get the first tunes from these?
Ooh.
I think probably for The Mandalorian.
No, I'm going with. Oh, jeez. I'm going with the new movie. I think we're gonna go through, and you aren't gonna see any characters from the Mandalorian until the second season.
Kind of like a Rebel situation. We're going to
Correct.
flesh them out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gonna go
I can see
through.
that
I don't
happening
think
too.
they're gonna get any. What makes me hesitant is if they get early. Which are they gonna get early access to, the show or movie? Whatever they get early access to and are able to create and develop characters based on that early access, it is going to be what we get characters for. Or from, I should say.
All right. Let's see. Ulick Keldromo asks, Droma, who will the OG and sequels hero characters? Why not prequels? Not reading that right. Will General Skywalker be the hero and not Epic? People are speculating. Could the Wookiees get a faction tag and then are required for Kai Mundi? Oh, that's a lot there. Will General Skywalker be the hero and not Epic? People are speculating. Hard to say.
Possibly. That one I could see. The Wookiees getting a faction tag, I don't think that's happening.
No.
Yeah, they don't have enough. They don't have enough Wookiees in the game. They have, or a different type of Wookiees in the game. I should say. They have a lot of Wookiees in the game, but it's really one character.
No, they've got two different Wookiees.
Yeah,
Don't forget Big Z.
I know they got Big Z, but I mean, Chewbacca's in there a few times.
Yeah.
Him and Han.
We need more Wookiee representation.
Yeah, I know. Jeez.
All right. Zeke asks, are you looking forward to the next step on mod upgrades? I can take it or leave it.
No, I'm not. Because I'm still working up my 6-dot mods. My mods that are going to 6-dot mods, I'm kind of lukewarm on. I'm like, these aren't the best mods, but they're the best mods I've got. So I kind of need those primaries upgraded, whether the secondaries are amazing or not. So I'm not really looking forward to upgrading them further.
I'm not real heavily invested in mods. I've got, a handful of 6-dot mods. Mm-hmm. And so I'm assuming when these new ones come out, there will be new ways to farm them. So I'll just try to get good ones on there. And
yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm just not. Yeah, it's one of those things. If you don't have good mods to begin with, it's just going to make everything seem worse and worse as you have to upgrade the same mods over and over again. But like you said, if they go through and change it where you're getting better mods lower up and the progression's more upgrading them and slicing them is the big deal, not so much getting the good stats, then I wouldn't mind it. But they would have to change those lower end mods first.
All right. Drew asks, with us knowing relics will affect ship power, top 5 overall to work on relics for ships, and top 5 or so ships for Galactic Republic to work on.
Ooh, all right.
Does Galactic Republic have more than 5 ships? That could be an easy top 5 list.
Yeah, they do. They got more than 5.
Oh, yeah, with all the clones.
Yes.
I'd say Anakin's ship's probably a no-brainer.
Well, it depends on what you're going for. I mean, believe it or not, relics and everything, Bosk.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bosk. I mean, you kind of want relics on Bosk if you're doing ships. The Millennium Falcon, so Han and Chewie. Anakin, definitely. Ahsoka. Rex.
I'd say 5s too. That Unbearing Starfighter's
yeah.
Good.
Well, I was thinking a combination of pilot and ship, but yeah, 5s.
Yeah, he's going to be good on clones. Another
Correct.
thing to consider too is if we do get ships in Grand Arena, having multiple good fleets is going to pay off.
Yeah. Um, if you're going that way, I mean, man, Fleets is difficult because, I mean, basically you had those three teams. Galactic Republic seems like it will be a good team eventually. Right now, obviously, you want Millennium Falcon, Houndstooth. Hey, go ahead. Put
Biggs.
some relics on Biggs.
Yeah, get that mustache wax all the way geared up.
Go through. Look, think about this. Relics on Phoenix.
Ooh, that
Phew.
could be tasty.
You think Phantom hits hard now. Get some relics on those bad boys.
Yeah, I need to look up see what Chopper's relic is.
And then, so I mean, and then the Geonosians, honestly.
Yeah,
Sunfac, Geospy, Geosoldier. It's a no,
and you know you're gonna need them for dark side territory battle.
yeah. I mean, it's not a bad thing. They same way with Bosk and Raid Han or Han and Chewie. You'll be able to use a light side. Biggs might be an iffy one. Phoenix, you'll probably be able to use light side. So
Yeah, just thinking about relics. I kind of wish real world stuff worked like relics, where I could just take a bunch of garbage, shove it into my car, and all of a sudden I got 20 extra horsepower. That'd be great.
Uh, take that to upgrade computer screens and phones. I'll just grab all this useless electronics and I'll just shove it all together, and it's the
Right,
new
that's
thing,
how it
right?
works.
It's pretty much. I mean, I got an old camera, an old phone, an old this, an old that. I should just be able to tape it together, and it's an iPhone.
There you go. Yeah.
It is.
All right, last question. When CG and the Game Changers broke up, who got custody of the pets?
CG
They
Carey.
took-
CG Carey.
Yeah,
She took
she took them
everything.
all.
She
Yep.
took everything. You know, she went through, got a good lawyer, took everything.
Has she popped back up? Do we know where she's at now?
I do not know. I did not see anything.
Neither, yeah.
Um,
Okay, well that does it for questions. I think. Do we miss any?
I do not believe so. Let's start wrapping this up. I mean, we went through Marquee Watch. You called it. Vulture Droid went into shipments. You were off by a few days, but you got the week right.
Yep.
So September 14th, it dropped. You had predicted September 10th. So
Nope. Backwards. I predicted September
Oh,
14th.
sorry.
It dropped on the 10th.
so I mean, you got the week, and
Yeah.
it come out. You just gave them the benefit of the doubt that they were going to the end of the week and not the beginning of the week.
Right. They got their update done early.
Yeah,
We'll go with that.
pretty much.
So look for it to go free to play on the 26th. That's really all on the marquees. May get a new one here in the next week or two.
And let's get on this bump and grind list and figure out, with all these relics, with Gear 13, TB out, we got clone reworks, keep teasing for light side territory battles. What are you working on?
Oh man, I am trying to get my clones going. They're all pretty much sitting at gear 12. I'm just waiting to kind of see how it pans out with these General Kenobi or General Skywalker rumors. Still working on grinding Shock T up. I got her up to 0 of 100, so I am hoping double drops pay off with her and I make some headway there. I'd like to get her done for the next territory battle for light side when it launches. I'm really having a lot of luck with her on defense as well. I'm getting 4 or 5 holds, and she doesn't even have all her Zetas yet.
That is, I'm guaranteed part of that is also the clone reworks.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So, yeah. I'm working on, like I said, Sunfac. I'm really close. I really want to go through and try to help out the guild get Wat Tambor this time, so working hard for that. Down to hard notes, Emperor Shuttle and Sith Bomber. So just slowly grinding those up. No rush for me to get those up. Cantina, I was working on the Ebon Hawk, but for double drops and recently until I get a few of these well, I only have 2 Gear 13 characters, so I'm going to go through and work on their relics for a while. Try to get them up. And then fleet battles. Jacques T, still trying to get the ETA and the Sith Fighter. Not really, no speed, just working on them slowly but surely. And that's about it. Guild store, man. Finally, I'm just getting gear out of it and saving everything up to figure out whether I want the Negotiator, Malevolence, or whatever else they drop there.
Yeah, that's a good feeling. Time will tell.
And finally, for less than the price of a new iPhone, you can get a fully upgraded Relic.
That's true.
It's a deal. It is a deal there. I mean, that's just the regular iPhone 11. I mean, I'm not even talking the 11 Pro. Jeez.
What you do is you buy the 11 and then just cram a bunch of garbage in it, and it'll magically change to a Pro.
There would have been hell to pay if they went through and put the lock, not a Gear 13, but behind a iPhone 11 Pro. iPhone 11 Pro. That's the only way to upgrade your relics to Relic 7.
Oh, that would be awful.
Like I said, it could be worse, guys. So it is doing good. Let's clean this up and get on out of here before CG gets any more ideas out of me.
That's it. Leave a review, all that good stuff. Join us on Discord. We have a good time there. All kinds of twists and turns and fun times to be had.
Yeah. I don't know where the spinning came from yesterday afternoon, but it happened, and yeah.
What a twist.
Yeah, it was a twist, that's for sure.
All right, that's it. Y'all know the drill.
He's not even gonna say it.
I'm not. Yeah.
All right. We're gonna get out of here. We're a little bit loopy, trying to get back into the swing of things. So until next time, guys. Later.
As you are exiting the cantina, we would like to say thanks for stopping by, and we hope to see you out on the holo table soon.